Go, go, Wonder Rangers. Go, go, Wonder Rangers. Go, go, Wonder Rangers. You motherfucking go, go, Wonder Rangers. We're back with Blue Lamont. This is still me recording in the same day where I just recorded with Red Dante and all them, and they beat that infestation and shit. Yeah, this is the same day. I haven't stopped playing. I'm still playing it. I just stopped recording it because I didn't want my game to be like, oh, you're out of memory on your PlayStation, so we're just gonna delete all that shit that you just did. Sorry for it, buddy. We're not gonna just save it. We're just gonna delete it all because that's how, you know, computer systems and shit work. We just fucking erase the last hour of your life and shit instead of saving what you already got when we run out of space. I'm not saying that I have ran out of space because obviously, like I said, I'm still recording. But in order to make sure that doesn't happen, you got to save between. Now, I remember I was gonna fight these guys, but I walked away because I was like, let them handle their own shit. Blue Lamont's got his own stuff to take care of, all right? He's got a city to worry about. Look at this. We got little forest-dwelling sheep hoarders over here. We can't have that. Blue Lamont's got business to take care of. Did we take out this pirate cove? Did we even discuss whether or not we were going to attempt to take out this pirate cove? Because it's sleeping dormant, and I don't want to deal with it once it turns into a pain in the ass. So maybe I might just have to send Blue Lamont over there to do it. Blue Lamont to deal with it. I think I probably was going to deal with it, but now I'm looking at my guy's health and I see that everybody's fully healed yet. So we're just going to go step on the edge of the city. You know, we don't want to go into town because, you know, Blue Lamont's too much of a celebrity. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, Lord Blue Lamont, I am humbled and honored to meet you, sir. I came here to this realm with you because I believe in your cause and I wish to witness the might of the Wonder Rangers. Yes, I've heard it all before. And we shall bring this world into a new dawn on the spectrum of color and light, and cast out this darkness forevermore. The elves of the sacred blue will always answer the call, and I am pleased to have you with me, my child. Let us bask in the wonder of the blue. Oh, sorry. I forgot what they call him. What I have them calling Blue Lamont. What his big boy name is. I think it's just Wonder Ranger Blue. Wonder Ranger Blue Lamont. Everybody's called Wonder Ranger. Baby, okay. That's One Direction. Let's get the little sparkle. Gotta grab your sparkles. Can't not grab your sparkles when you see them. So there's only 2 wild speakers, I think. Oh, a wild speaker and a spider. This guy could fight them, but he would die. I could send somebody else out. Because Blue Lamont and a couple of others are not really weakened. We just have these 2, the Spirit Hawk and the other Arcane Guard in this group who need to heal up. I'm not going to bother if they can't even reach. Let's see. Let's move them out. Nah, they're not going to be able to go there. They're too far. So we're just going to hang out. Actually, let's move the whole crew like a little bit over. They can heal right here. Go near the mines where the guys are working. And then once they heal next turn, then I can like have an easier access to get to them. Honestly, these forests and stuff might slow us down. It probably would have been easier to go through where these mushrooms are. But who knows? It's fine. We're not in any hurry. Skip that. New rally has started for nothing. Yeah, we don't need anything. Spell ready frost blades. Cool. Everybody get their frost blades up. Heck yeah. Ready to freeze some. What frost blades do the Spirit Hawks have? Hey, you know, if they can still freeze people, that's fine by me, you know. New Empire skill available. What's what we got? So Surge spell casting. Astral Empire casting a combat spell, reducing the cost of another combat spell. Okay. We're going to hold off on getting that. We're not really in war times right now. Quite yet. This guy, we're going to... Look, it's kind of hard for him to get through these thick of these woods, but we'll push him in a little bit. That way, even if we push him closer, he'll be closer, and even if Blue Lamont and his crew can only get to like right here or something, or like right here, maybe, then if he's close enough, he can initiate the battle and they'll be drawn into it. See our scout. Okay, there's Vampire Nation. Oh look, there goes the enthralled spirit, or entangled spirit, whatever the fuck. Oh shit, I almost went to it. I almost clicked it and went to the watchtower, but that would have revealed all of this, and we would have seen the vampires, and vampires like you, and I'd have been fucked. But I'm gonna try to get this loot, and that might also do that too, but we can't leave it ungrabbed. I think it's up. That's it, guys. The jig is up. We see them. Usually, if this happens, you will immediately see like the Lord's like shit pop up. So maybe they don't know we're here just quite yet. Let's see what we got hanging out in this little mana cropping outside of the vampire village. Mana node, the specific name for it. We got ourselves a little zealot. A halfling Illdoers. The halfling Illdoer zealots. Wow. Gift of the old blood. Ugh. The undead type unit. The undead unit type. Life drinker. Based attacks have 60% chance of inflicting blood parasite. Oh god. Inner flame. What? Fire resistance. Melee attackers sustain 3 fire damage. Okay, these guys are freaking a little scary. But it's cool that, you know, I see this like this. They have like an undead like trait, so they are like considered undead, but they're not. They don't look like a traditional undead creature. So it's kind of cool to kind of imagine that they have done some sort of ritual, gift of the old blood, or they're part of some kind of whatever spell or something that makes them not completely lose their well, I guess they're heartless, so it doesn't really matter. Never mind. but they visually, they don't look too unhuman. So maybe they just have that kind of like still will of their own, but they kind of act in accordance to undead like qualities. Like they're not heartbroken by people dying and shit. I mean, they are zealots. Repose Rosarium. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Wait. Is this not a city? Is this has all of these just been ancient wonders this whole time? No way. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. There's no way. This is not a city, it's an ancient wonder. That is almost more scarier than the fact that than anything. No way. I mean, there's a lot of those types of ancient wonders around here then. But now I'm forced to deal with the chilling reality that I never knew where the vampires were at all. I never knew where they were. Nah, this is them. This is, look, you see the territory thing, the territory line. But why this counts as a farm? What the fuck? The city ignores, okay, Is it because imposing mansions raised long ago by dark overlords, the overgrowth of the crimson roses and thorny vines suggest abandonment and despair? Yet, at night, flickering lights appear behind red stained glass windows, suggesting not all life, or indeed unlife, has vacated the place's grand halls and labyrinth courtyards. What? Can be entered by one army and led by one hero. Adds Rose Knight and various rose-choked skeleton units to the rally of legions. Whoa, that's cool. I've seen what the rose-choked skeletons look like. A Rose Knight, though? I want to know what that is. Let me see. It's not letting me see. Oh gosh. What have I entered? I've entered a realm of mental belief that I knew what I was dealing with, but it seems like I don't know what I was dealing with this whole time. I thought in my mind I knew where the enemy was, and I knew to avoid them, and I knew that I had the upper hand to attack or descend upon them when the time came. But now I'm living in a realm where that was all a lie. It was an illusion created by myself. Oh gosh. Or this is the city and I don't know. But it does have a little freaking... Maybe all vampire cities automatically come with the ancient wonder of this house. Because this doesn't look like a city. Admittedly now, looking at it, I mean, traditionally how our cities look as normal people that are not undead vampire abominations, but are instead spectrum warriors from the beyond, here to defend all that's right and good in the world. That's not how our cities look. Our cities don't look like giant houses. So maybe the giant house is just something that comes with the city if you're a vampire. Like I said, I just got this fucking shit, so I don't even know. I don't know. This is my first time playing with vampires, so this is the latest and greatest of the Age of Wonders DLC. This enthralled. Are they enthralled mindless? Do we consider them mindless? What the hell is that? What is that? Why is there beacons shooting from this heart? Implying that they are having some kind of effect on the environment that was not foretold to me prior. What is that? I'm not even clicking on it. I'm clicking on my damn enthralled thing. And this freaking thing is telling me like, hey, look at all of this stuff that I'm touching. What is it touching? Where are those beacons going towards? They're just going into random spots around the area. Fuck. That's all I have to say to that. Alright. Yes, I see you. I see you, punk. Providence is adjacent to this landmark, gain plus 5 food, plus 1.5 mana. Farm that is in this province gains 5 knowledge. Additional city within 3 provinces adjacent to this landmark gains the city's terraform 1 province. The landmark gains the city terraforms 1 province on the surface within a 5 province radius of the domain per turn. The terraform province gains sunless, loses gloom. The city empire. What the fuck? What is this shit, bro? I don't want this. Like, can I destroy it? Can I destroy it? I know I don't have to have it, but can I destroy it? That's the real question. Because it seems like it's casting the darkness upon the land. This is what I understood from reading all that shit. That it is somehow influencing the darkness. It's causing sunless areas and shit. It allows you to terraform areas into sunless provinces and shit. We don't want that. I hope I didn't forget to give Blue Lamont City of Blue Wonder a production to work on. Alright, skip this. Green Mako. A new rally has started. Yes, we know it's not going to have anything in it. Spell's ready to cast. Let's see what we got. Call animal wild spirit. We could do that. The available animal depends on the type of terrain the spell is cast on. That's interesting. Let's get ready to do that. I'm down for doing that. Emerald Marsh produces storehouse. Good. Let's see. They don't got nothing going on. Let's get something ready. Mer Crocodile Temple. We might have to do that for the sake of honoring the Mer Crocodile, even though we have not consorted with it yet. We're on our way to do that with Green Mako. But I mean, I feel like out of respect, we have to have it somewhere nearby, right? This will only take 3 turns. What's it? Woodcarver Woodshop? Woodcarver's Workshop. And a stone steely? I don't know what that is. I never seen that before. I never seen this Woodcarver's Workshop either. But let's do that, right? It's only gonna take 3 turns. It's boosted right now, so let's see what this stone steely is. So if we do that, it gives us the Masonic, I guess that's the word for that. That's the term for it. That's how you say it. Hall requires 2 quarries. But I've seen the Masonic Hall before. I've never seen the stone steely. Is that just their way of getting to it? That's interesting. I don't get that. But you know what? You don't have to get everything. And we have Spirit Tracker being made. What is this guy? Anyway, let's hurry it up. Emerald Marsh produce Protector. Oh, it's a Protector. I see. I can't really look at the Protector because it's on the city. Oh, Star Body. I got that Star Body, baby. That Star Body. Got that Star Body, baby. That Star. Can he catch up with these guys? I don't know if he can catch up. Oh wait. Send me on my way. On my way. Should we take a detour and kill this fool? Or should we just keep making a beeline towards... We have how many more turns before we do it? It doesn't look like it's force enough to do any particular turns when it comes to getting to the Spirits of the Bog. But let's just go. Let's go. Let's just do it. Let's just beeline towards it. Get it out of the way. I doubt we're going to be able to get any new quest unless we do that first, since that is our deity that we must worship. I like this. I love this area. I love this little mint green marsh looking area. This looks so nice. I like that corroded green color. It's a very nice color, I think. Except when shit's actually getting corroded. But where are we going? Are we almost there where we need to be? Redstone City or Pink Garden? We have to go to Pink Garden. This way. It looks like it's going to be a pretty complex road to get to Pink Garden. Okay, this is the fastest route. So when we get through this little valley over here, we're just gonna keep going over these hills and shit. So that's the best way to do it, instead of trying to go around this way where it seems more flat. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let's go. This scout is pretty slow. Look at that. We're freaking galloping on a freaking crocodile. Okay, stuff being uncovered here. Look at this. Look at this slope. Look how deep this goes. It's pretty crazy. Like we're gonna go up this hill and then whoosh, like a ramp. Let's see. He'll just hang out here, and we'll wait for the other units to be produced, and they'll all join up as like one crew, and then we'll probably send them to go take out this bat. It'll be a 3v3, which is not very safe for me necessarily. It's kind of even, but who cares? Call the Wild, new research. Let's see. Should we get the Enchanted Crow Companion? That's gonna increase our scouting range or look. Call of the Wild. I just skip these. I skip these in all my freaking games. It's gonna give you 2 vision range, and this is gonna give you a very fast movement for scouts, I think. But I'm like, I don't give a shit about what the fuck my scouts are doing. Maybe that's where I make mistakes. But you know, I send my scouts out. I grab whatever free resources I can with them and just take them out to discover the world as much as I can. But I'm not in any rush to figure out who the hell is out there. Maybe that goes against the principle of knowing thine enemy, but like they all pop up eventually. So I'm like, and oftentimes more sooner than I want to know about them, you know, hating me, like, hey, you're too much of a goody two shoes, I hate you, and all that bullshit that they got going on all the time, like, or they hate me for being evil, or I'm never evil, but I do something that's not necessarily nice, and then I got these goody two shoes pissed off at me, or if I'm too nice, I got the evil people pissed off at me. And it's like, so I just kind of stay. That's like anti-social behavior. We're gonna go ahead and get the Call of the Wild. Friendly animal and cavalry units get 1 hex radius gain, bolstering defenses, bolstering straight. Let's just get it. Let's go. You would think with this energy that I have right now that I might have taken a coffee or a what's the energy drink I like to drink? I totally forgot. Shit. I didn't want to say Red Bull because I don't drink Red Bull. Damn, what's that called? What is it called? I forgot what it's called. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is I haven't drinking any kind of energy drink or any kind of caffeine related thing to get my energy. I'm just, you know, I'm stoked that I have a good working mic, and now I'm kind of in my podcaster voice range. Knowing how I talk on my podcast, I'm like, you know, now I'm kind of, you know, expressing those inflections. But I think that's it for Emerald Marsh. I don't think I have any more to do with them. Can they annex New Providence? No, they can't. So they got their workshop going. These guys are making their way uptown. There's nothing for them, unfortunately. And now we're back at Pink Barbella. Let's see how much they've healed. If they're capable of taking this thing out now. That's not enough for me. I would want them to heal more. Because they could, I mean, look. We got a little too hasty when we fought those gargoyles. And those gargoyles almost killed us. They almost sent Barbella to the astral void. Okay, and even though we're not in any dire time, so it would have been fine because she would have just came back. Like, I'm not trying to get sent to the astral void this early on over some dumb shit. Oh, I got the Wayfinder enchantment for them, so look at that. So yeah, see, I do it sometimes. Where they at? I want to know where they're at. Okay, we just got a Sworn Guard produced here at Pink Garden. I guess I could send her over. No, we won't need her. But Pink Barbella's crew is not full, so we can help fill that army out. And then we got an Honor Blade on the way. We got a library being produced. We could probably just spend the cash to finish the library now. 32 coins. Boom. We're done with the library. And since these guys are more of a warrior tribe, kind of ancient feudal warrior type, feudal Japan like type tribe, I don't know how much magic they're gonna need. I don't know if they'll need the shrine, but the workshop is the only thing that only takes 5 turns. Material refinery. I've never seen this before either. Oh, it's because they have the miasma thing. This thing brings in 5 knowledge income, 5 gold, 5 knowledge per magic material inside domain, which is 0 right now. Plus 5 gold income per magic material inside domain. What magic material are they referring to? Magic material resource nodes that provide bonus effects to your empire. Okay, so I know what they mean. They're talking about like the rainbow clover and shit like that. Which is good. You know what? I don't see any of those around. So maybe I don't bother with that right now. Maybe in the next city I build, I'll worry about that. But we'll go ahead and we're going to build a workshop. That's probably going to boost our production ability, and it's going to lower some of these turns it's going to take to build some of this stuff. Because look, maybe it's cool to have like certain things earlier on, right? Like, oh, let me get the storehouse because I need storehouse or some shit. Maybe, you know, there's people that all over the internet that meta game every fucking thing. I don't really give a shit about that type of stuff. I don't like looking at that type of stuff because, you know, I'm like, I fucking played the game, figure shit out myself. I don't want everybody to tell me the fucking way to do it, or this is the best way. Meta gamers are kind of like, they take the fun out of fucking gaming. Like, understanding like little tips and stuff are kind of like things that you might not understand about. Oh look, that was the thing I just did. That's why I got that. But getting little tips and stuff about stuff that you might have missed, or maybe stuff you're not understanding, is one thing. But the people who try to find the absolute, like, to the numbers of, like, to the coding and to the game, the way it's built on, like, frame perfect and, you know, absolute damage and absolute defense and absolute everything, and which is broken down to the a numeric, like, quantity, or they quantify it to, like, the whatever the behind the scenes meta numbers are. Like, in order to optimize their gameplay, I'm like, you're not optimizing gameplay. You are breaking the game. You are what's the word I want to use? What's the terminology I want to use for this? But what you're doing is you're doing something that's beyond what the purpose of the game is. Right? It's almost as if like somebody taking a deck of cards and they never shuffle the deck, right? They play play cards, and whenever they deal the cards out, the deck is always in the exact order it came in when you opened the pack. And when you're finished with the game, whatever game you play, you take the cards, you collect the cards, and you put them back in order. And you only play like that. In my mind, that's how it is, right? Which is not the game. You shuffle the cards because you need the chance of random possibility. When you know every single card and what order it's going to be in, and when you deal the cards, you know who's getting what card. All you have to do is convert it to memory and study what order the cards come in, and have enough mental capacity to try to memorize who got what card. And you always know who has what. Now, depending on what game you're playing, that might not matter necessarily if it's skill based, but at the same time, it's defeating the purpose of the game, right? Because the game is meant to be played with a chance of randomness. And not like saying like this game is made that way or anything like that. You know, it's a strategy game. Not all games are made like to be random. But the point is that you don't know what the mechanics are. If the developers wanted you to know what the mechanics were, they would tell you. They give you stats, and they give you, level ups, and tell you the information that they tell you, because that's the information that you need to know. You know, and if you happen to figure something out, if you happen to figure, like, they want you to be able to pick up a sword and be like, I use this sword because I like how it feels and it feels good to me. rather than being like, this is the best sword in the game and you have to use it when you're fighting against this person, because then it takes away such a percentage of damage and also gives you the freaking boost of the best in like all that extra shit. They're not expecting you to freaking go in like that. They make it so you could, right? There is a reality to that. There's a fact to like, hey, this is actually the best sword to use against this person. But they don't want you to use the best sword against the enemy that it's best to use it against. They want you to use the weapon that you like the most, that you have identified with the most, that you have picked up. And I'm thinking of Elden Rings particularly, not just as an example in my brain. But they want you to use that sword that you feel like you like, that you enjoy using, right? Because the reality is somebody who is good with something they are familiar with, that they enjoy using, is going to outdo the person who is using the most optimized thing. Hold on. I'm gonna continue this. I'm on a roll here. I'm not gonna stop. But let me pick this magic first. Fumigation at the start of the combat. Defending the city suffer 16 blight damage. Okay. Enemy units in a hex radius sustain 10 spirit damage. So that's something I could do. Oh, devout radius. I like that move actually. So, anyways, what was I saying? So they don't want you to optimize. They want you to play with what you feel is best, right? Now, this is something that like I used to not like to play fighting games online, and I still don't. But particularly, I was always afraid to play Mortal Kombat online because I know how people are. You know, I know how people play, but the gaming like landscape has changed so much with people wanting to be such meta gamers where they fucking will go in and lock in on whatever dweeb is talking about. This is why you want to use such and such for this, and this is the best combo you can use, right? It's changed to that degree that, you know, when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, after I played through the story with my brother, like, I was like, you know what? Let me just hop online. In fact, this was the first Mortal Kombat game that I actually owned. That I actually owned. All Mortal Kombat games, all the other Mortal Kombat games I've ever played, I borrowed them or I played through them with somebody, one of my friends who already had it, or borrowed it from a friend. Right? The old Mortal Kombat games, Mortal Kombat. What's it called? The one with the A, it's not Apocalypse. Mortal Kombat, whatever. Armageddon. That one, like, that was like one of the first Mortal Kombat games that I sat there and I, as a like video game player, as a person who owned my own system and stuff like that, sat there and played through that whole game, right? But back then they didn't have online gaming like they do now and shit, right? And I didn't have online available to me to even do that if I wanted to. But the idea of when that was the time when we were able to do that, like, it was scary to play against people online because, you know, get your ass beat. And I know there's no stakes. Like, why are you scared for? There's nothing. You have nothing to lose. Well, you know, people are dipshits. I play freaking video games with like voice chats and stuff off because I don't want to hear some fucking random person, some fucking random idiot on the internet who I don't know running their mouth about some stupid shit, right? Like, I don't need that fucking, like, I don't want to invite that negative energy into my fucking space, into my time. So I fucking turn that shit off, right? And that's not necessarily scary, right? It's like, you know, they can't hurt you, man. Why are you scared of me? It's just gaming, you know, you don't got to. Like, yeah, whatever. That's how you fucking play. I don't care about all that bullshit, right? I don't want to hear fucking some dweeb. Like, I'm trying to play a fucking game that's been, like, thematically set up to have a specific theme and a specific aura about it, and has voice lines, dialogues, music, and all that shit. Instead, I got to deal with some fucking guy be like, oh, you're fucking good, man. You gotta get good because you gotta fucking good. Or they're saying some fucking stupid shit, you know, some fucking racist shit, some fucking misogynistic shit, some fucking homophobic shit. Like, all that, like, I don't want to hear it. And they always sound like a little freaking, like, loser, right? I don't want to interact with those people. And there's some cool people online too, you know. I've encountered cool people, but bottom line is, like, it was like, it's too much. It was too much, like, kind of, you know, things to think about while you go online. You're like, all of a sudden you're kind of calculating whether or not you are good enough. Now, I never had that issue with Smash Bros. I used to play Smash Bros online all the time, but that was the difference. Like, I knew my skill level when it came to Smash Bros. But in people who are fighting game players are different, right? They're built a little different. They play a little different. They kind of lock in a little different than Smash Bros, right? But when I did start playing Mortal Kombat 1, I realized something about, you know, myself versus the random people I was playing with online. Oh my gosh, what the fuck? What is this? Okay, this guy's a red, one of what Red Dante's people are. So I'm guessing that's what Columbria is. Columbria. They are. Well, it's good that I could discover that for Red Dante. They're of his same race, so they should be able to speak to them and get that relationship going. Damn, but there's a lot going on around here. Look at this freak. This is like fucking straight out of Lord of the Rings. And it's a freaking Eldritch thing. Oh shit. Gloomstrider. He's not now see, I'm worried because he's not attached to anything. He's not on anything, so he can attack them just outright for no reason. They're coming out of this void. I didn't think they would do that. Oh my gosh. Ew. Mature splintering. I don't want to fucking deal with any of that. I don't want to deal with that right now. Anyways, but what I was saying about Mortal Kombat, what I understood was that when I was going online, I don't consider myself good at Mortal Kombat to the degree where I say that because I don't study it. I don't practice Mortal Kombat, and I had no intentions to. And this is why I say when I'm not good, right? Because I don't care about that. I don't really care about fighting games like that. So I was never willing to invest that much time into trying to get good and, learning frame perfect shit and, perfect blocks and all that extra bullshit, right? But what I found when I started playing Mortal Kombat 1 online against people was that I knew the psychology of gamers, right? And I knew that they were looking up shit online. I didn't do that, right? But that was kind of like the hubristic mindset of myself of thinking that it's like, I know how these fucking gamers are, right? I go into it being like, I know how people are. I know how these motherfuckers are, right? You tell yourself that sometimes about different things. I know how this and that, right? And you go into it because sometimes people are just crazy, but sometimes people are valid. They know what they're talking about when they understand something about themselves and they understand something about other people, right? And it does sound cocky and hubristic to say that you understand something about somebody. Like, I know how to deal with this guy, but it's a reality. At some point you see enough patterns and understandings of certain things that you do know how that stuff works. You do, right? And so when I started playing Mortal Kombat 1 online, like I said, for the 15th time, I knew that people were looking up specific content creators who were probably telling them how to do a specific combo with a certain character. And I knew that my theory of that became true when I started to see it. When I started to see gamers or people playing Sub-Zero doing the same kind of freaking spear combo, completely different people fighting online, but yet they're all doing the same fucking sliding spear combo, right? And my thought was, you know what, this sucks, but because they were freaking doing a lot of damage to me. But one thing that I understood about myself compared to what those guys were doing was somebody who didn't practice that stuff, who was only going based off of like, I played as this character, I've looked up how to do their moves, and there's certain moves that I've kind of like, understand. What I understood about myself was that I'm adaptable, right? They do the same move over and over again. I lose round one, right? But I've spent an entire round trying to figure out what the fuck to do about this situation. And now I know what to do about it, right? And so now that I'm countering it, they, on the other hand, don't know what to do when their combo's not working. When the only combo that they studied, the cheap combo, the best cheap combo that they fucking can look up online and do over and over again, when they see that I have now figured out how to avoid their combo, or where the flaws in the combo is where I can get in on, they don't know what to do. And I know they don't know what to do because why? Because they keep trying to fucking do it, even though I keep countering it. You see, they're confident now because they've beat me in the first round. They defeated me. They used the combo and I couldn't do anything about it, but I adapted. And now that I've seen where their flaw is in the combo, or where I could get in, or where I can like counter it each time, they do a little bit of extra stuff, but it's nothing that blends together as easily as their fucking combo that they were doing on me. And now they try to, they'll try to hit me to throw me off my game, and to do something else just to mix me up so they can get me down again, because they think it's a fluke, right? They think once they knock me down or get me down or damage me, they can go back into their combo and then I'm stuck again. But that's not the reality. That's not what happens, because I know like you're flawed, and I'm not doing the same combo over and over again. So they have no opportunity to do the same thing to me, but they couldn't do it. And that's it. And then you get people who fucking rage quit, and they get off right before they lose, because it's this weird freaking dorky ass, like lame ass, don't have any kind of power, wishing they had power trip that they're trying to be on by doing shit like that, instead of just enjoying the game. And that's all that it comes down to with me. In games like this, in games like any game I play, it's for my enjoyment and my entertainment. I'm doing this shit this way with 5 different freaking factions against 3 vampires because this is fun for me. I'm not proving it to anybody. I don't want to be the best fucking Age of Wonders player. I want to sit here and play shit and discover shit, be like, oh shit, what the fuck is this? Well, I might leave my guy here and people are like, oh shit, you can't do that because you know what's gonna happen. Those fucking Tendos are gonna grab him and kill him. You're such a noob. It's like, am I, or do I just not know that? Have I not experienced it? This is a strategy, warlike, empire builder type fucking game. Some shit you just can't plan for. Some shit just goes awry. You make mistakes. You make bad moves. You do things that don't work out sometimes, and that's just the reality of the fucking game. And that's just something you gotta accept, because that's the part of the fun. That's the challenge. The challenge is that you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, right? And if you don't know what we're gonna do, like I don't know who this guy is. First time playing with an Eldritch faction in the game, or Eldritch anything's in the game. First time playing with the vampires in the game. I don't know, right? I could have gone online and been like, oh, even though this shit had just came out, like there shouldn't be any information about it, right? You would think, but people make careers of this shit, and so they're like, they're going to figure out every little thing, and then they're going to make a YouTube video, be like, here's everything you need to know about how to avoid being killed by vampires, right? And then somebody will spend hours watching all that shit before they even fucking play it for themselves. And then when they're done watching all this shit for 2 hours, they start playing the game and they're like, I know how to defeat these vampires. It's like, yeah, no shit. You found out everything you needed to know about the vampires before you actually fucking played the game to do it. to experience it yourself. You've seen what their worst units are. You've seen what their worst spells are and shit. Like me, I play this game. I've had this game. I have like 200 and something hours on this game, going on 300. And I've never even freaking seen what the high tier tomes do. But I like this. I love this game. It's fun to play. And even though I freaking, start rounds and I put them on, make it so they're endless, and I don't finish them. Like, it's like, whoa, dude, you gotta finish them. How you gonna get on you get unlocks when you complete games? Yeah, I'm aware of that. But, at the same time, like, I don't give a shit, dude. It's always gonna be there. And, whenever I get to a point where I lock in and I just fucking go on and on and on, like, if I eventually keep going on and on and on in this game, and this game eventually goes to turn 99 and shit, and there's still potential for stuff to happen that I haven't witnessed and stuff, that's awesome. Instead of running into the wall where you're like, yeah, I've been down this road before, I've seen this shit before, and the fact that this game has procedurally generated maps and shit and all that stuff is like, it leaves it for it to be an endless cycle of potential, of joy and potential. And they're doing a DLC with it, so it's like, that's awesome for me, man. I just get to have unlimited adventures and shit, and see what comes of it, and switch it up however I want, and that shit's fun. That's what game is supposed to be. And you know what? I just turned this into a fucking podcast episode. I told you I had this fucking mic out, and I got triggered into fucking talking like I was just talking on a fucking podcast. But whatever. If this fucking series turns into a podcast, I mean, what are you gonna say about it? Like, you ain't checking in on me. Look at this shit. This ritual circle up on this little hill here. That's freaking. I've never seen that before. Would I get over? It looks like this is the area to get up on it because it kind of slopes up here. This area doesn't look like it slopes upwards for you to. It obviously slopes upward, but that's just going from here to here. But you see, there's like a little cliff here. You wouldn't be able to get up like that. You'd have to go from this side. That's really interesting. That's an infestation too. That's cool. I'm gonna have to kill that thing at some point. Anyways, let's finish making Barbella do what she needs to do, and then we gotta end this episode. Oh, here's these guys. Wait, who the fuck are these guys? These are not. I thought this was the people near Redstone City. Sage Oberyn, Mystery of the Free City Obscurium greets you with some curiosity. Legendary pink Barbella. It's rare for Obscurium to meet an ascended champion like you. Nevertheless, we ask that you respect our territory and independence of Obscurium. Give Oberyn Mystery one of your whisperings. But yeah, let me see if people are of our interest. Where are these guys? They're elves of the Sacred Blue. They're all the way over here. Why am I just now meeting them? I don't get that. Because Blue Wonder met him a long time ago. Lamont met them a long time ago. Okay, meetings, spiritual thicket. Oh, we got a lot of shit going on here. Oh, wait. Okay. Maybe because we're in visual with Redstone City, we're getting to know everybody that they know. Because he already knew these people. And this is by... Who is this people by? Wait, no, I think this happens in this game sometimes, where sometimes it will, like, something will trigger that will cause it to give you a bunch of notifications that it's already given you before. And I think it's just me meeting these guys that kind of triggered it, going through all the ones I've met already. I think probably because I've skipped them. So since it keeps telling me notifications of all the people I've already met every time I go to the next city, and like, oh, since Blue Wonder met Obscurium, When I go to Red Dante, it tells them. When I go to Red Mako, it tells Green Mako, it tells them. So I've been skipping those, and so maybe because I've skipped them when I come to Pink Barbella, it shows them all because I never actually looked at them. Okay, anyways, meeting Ponderous Columdria. The founder of Columdria appears to you, suddenly massaging its chin, then begins to speak on behalf of her free city. Lo and behold, a Godrir comes before me at this hour. She ponders aloud while gesturing towards the ground. In accordance to the great plan, I bid you welcome, Wonder Ranger Pink Barbella. But what is it you bid us in return, I wonder? Indeed, what is it you shall bid us in return? Give Jamilia Justoris one of your Whisper Stones and start negotiations, Columbia. Okay. Hey, I don't bid nothing of you, dog. You know, do what you do. You discover. Okay, yes, okay, whatever. All right, that's it. That's the end of this podcast episode. Join us next time to hear Nigel talk about something else random, and while he's supposed to be focusing on playing Go Wonder Rangers.